I study abroad in my wait, sorry about that. Konnichiwa, I'm Chloe Xu, a student from Shanghai, China. I'm majoring in Cs with minors of data analysis and archaeology, and my language is Japanese. I traveled to Japan even before I got to college, and then I just love that place. I love the food, I love the view, and everything was so exciting to me. So when I get into college and I see, oh, we can learn Japanese in Wesleyan, so that's what I just decided. I just gonna learn that. My favorite word in Japanese is hisashi buri, which is basically long time no see. Every time I just randomly met some people, I would just say hisashi buri. And so I think it's a word connect different people, which I love it so much. I studied abroad in Japan during my sophomore spring, and I spent a really great semester there. And one of the takeaways is I finally got a chance to actually communicate and make some Japanese friends, which I think is very different for what we learn or what we actually do in a classroom, and it's a different experience. And also, I just missed randomly going exploring Japan during my weekend. For example, go to Osaka and go to random cities during my semester. So it's a really great opportunity, and I really recommend everyone to do that. I would say learning Japanese in Wesleyan is really, really great experience. First of all, the two professors are so great. They're so nice and their classes are really interesting. Although we have a really tense schedule, especially during the first year of Japanese, which we have five classes during 1 week, but it's still very fun because all the people you met here is really interesting. And also Japanese department are always holding a lot of different events. For example, every spring semester we will have ohanami, which is we went to the seeds department to see the cherry blossom, and we eat traditional Japanese food, which is really fun. People who haven't learned Japanese, I think you really should learn Japanese. But for people who are learning Japanese, especially at Wesleyan, some advice from me is first is to talk. Just to talk, be brave. All the professor you met, all the Japanese students, language partner or language table, they're really nice and they don't care about your mistakes. They will just encourage you to speak. And also another takeaway, I guess, is to practice day by day. Like learning language for me is a really continuing process, talking, speaking, writing every day. So that's the way I improve my language. A last thing I want to mention is Japanese department always hold a lot of interesting events. As I said before, we have Ohanami, but we also have a lot of guest speaking or special events. And these events are not only open to students who learn Japanese, but all the students around Wesleyan. So you should really come to our events. Although I haven't got a plan of my future career, after graduation, I will definitely continue learning and speaking Japanese since I met a lot of interesting Japanese people and then I make a lot of Japanese friends. So learning language for me is a really long time process and I definitely love to continue my journey in learning Japanese. Bye, matane.